So the ones that's in here crooked are definitely the ones I did. Ugh.
Well, they sort of.
Also took about 14 more licks than it is him. And I got the dummy tape. Actually, I don't got the dummy tape. You got, where's my dummy tape?
All right, so what we're doing right here, we're putting in grade stakes. So what we'll do is we're gonna pour concrete up to here. And then we're gonna, right here, it's gonna be even with the bottom of this one bay. All of this is gonna come out. So this is not gonna be, you know, we don't have to worry about termites because we're gonna take all this out after we do the step downs. But this is the step downs. And we're pouring concrete to here. Oh, look at there. There's a hunter track right there. This is how I trailer down. Anyway.
I did all the little twisty things.
Yeah, she did all the twisty things. But
the tie down.
We're going to pour concrete up to here, and then it's going to step down 8 inches. It's going to come to here, okay? And it's going to drop down 8 inches, and it's going to come to here. And then that way we're not having to dig a hole, you know, what, 6 foot deep up here all the way just to lay, you know, just to lay block.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of wasting block.
It's gonna have a lot of block in it anyway.
Yeah, I think it's looking like right at 1,000, maybe 11 or 1,200 block in the whole foundation. But walk around it and let them look at it, kid. What you got, you know, what we got done right here, because it's really looking good. And on these interior pillars, what we'll do is we'll take the rest of the grade stakes and we'll put we'll block them out and put some rebar in them too, keep them from cracking. But we're gonna double up on the block in here, so it'll be a 16-inch pillar instead of just an 8, especially on these tall ones in the back right here that's gonna have a lot of courses. J-bolts in the top all the way around to attach the floor system to. We'll concrete those into the block and you know, bolt them to the treated 2x8 plate, which is like a termite, you know, border, you know, to keep them from coming on up and getting into the wood, you know, the regular untreated lumber. But you see, even on the step downs, we run wire. I mean, we run the rebar, and in that way, you're not losing the strength going. You know, it's all tied together.
Beautiful tie down job.
I think you did an awesome job. Yeah, but it's coming on pretty good. And next video, I guess we'll be working on getting block laid. I'm not going to do that. I got a boy coming that's gonna get that for us. We are going to pour the concrete tomorrow. I'll try to get you a video after the concrete's poured tomorrow.
Yeah.
Y'all see the finished product. We'll come in here, we'll bump all these boards out, and then lay the block. Get the block laid. And then start building this, putting this bad boy together.
Yeah, and floor joists that are gonna be super aggravating because they're over my head.
Yeah. Anything over 4 foot's getting challenging,
it is,
to say the least.
Then it's eye level.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be tough for me because it's pretty good ways up here. Yeah, but you got to think about it on that side. It'll be sitting on the block wall, so you won't be having to hold that end of it up.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put this whole bad boy together with screws, 3-inch screws, because that's what we do. I mean,
slight elevation change.
Yeah.
Woo!
But we've got a double right here, or I may triple it, and then another triple right here. This will be triple running this way, sitting on the pillars, and then the joist every 16 inches will run into this. That's what these strings are for. And these are the pillars to hold it up every 12 foot. Yeah, every 12 foot we got a pillar. All right, y'all hang in there. We're gonna get this thing done.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, let's get y'all caught up. Got the concrete poured yesterday. Look at them step down. That's pretty cool, ain't it? Turned out really good. I went ahead and took the boards out. That way we got no wood in here, you know, for termites to get a hold to. And I think I did tell y'all the reason we go on 8-inch increments on these step downs is because the block, you know, are 8 inches. Well, they're 7 5/8, and then with the mortar and all, they'll end up being 8. So that's why we go in 8-inch increments through these step downs. That way I'm not digging a trench, you know, what, 5 or 6 foot deep up there, and then coming down to this point right here. Turned out good though. Clean job. Had to pour it a real thick, you know, because of the step downs. You always want to pour it, when you do these step downs, you want to pour those first, and they were so close together, we just kept it stiff, the concrete stiff, and then that way it wouldn't run out from under them, and just, you know. So you pour it stiff on your step downs, and then you can loosen it up when you start pouring your long runs, and then that way it'll run better, and it'll lay out a whole lot better, stay a whole lot flatter, you know, more level. But I hit the grade stakes on. You remember I put the grade stakes, so the grade stakes, that's what you pull to, and that way, you know, you can keep everything perfectly level off of that string, and then that way he won't be chipping the bottom off the block. On this right here, you do want to go low, a little bit lower instead of high, because the block layers do have a hard time if you get it a little bit high, then they start having to cut block. So if anything, I'd rather be an 1/8 of an inch low on these footers. It makes it a little bit easier on the block layer. He can always add mortar, but it's when he starts having to cut block, it just complicates things. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'll get y'all another one going on you know, on the block, and then of course the foundation, you know, the floor system and all that. Hey, y'all have a good one. Appreciate y'all.